Oh, I gotta go. Bye. Hey guys, I've been wanting to talk to you about quizzes. Don't you just love quizzes? Wouldn't you love them a lot more if they could grade themselves? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why today we're going to talk about Google Forms and self-grading quizzes. I tell y'all, people have been doing quizzes for a long time. You go back in history, you probably see the cavemans doing quizzes on the walls of the cave. Still gotta grade them. Wouldn't it be nice if them cavemans would have had quizzes that would grade themselves? Well, it's a darn sure nice thing we live in 2018 because our quizzes can grade themselves now with Google Forms. Let me show you how it's done. The first thing you want to do is go to forms.google.com. You'll be at a website that looks a little bit like this one. Now, what you'll notice a little bit different than usual is there's templates up here at the top, and one of them is called Blank Quiz. So that's the easiest way to create a quiz, is go ahead and click where it says Blank Quiz. But another thing you should definitely know, and this happens all the time, is that if you make a form and you don't create it as a quiz to begin with, you have to turn on the quiz function. I be getting emails and phone calls all the time. Mr. Howard, I made a quiz on my Google form and it ain't grading itself and it ain't got no questions and it ain't working like a... And I say, well, did you turn on the quiz function? And they say, quiz function, Mr. Howard, what you talking about? What you want to do is, just to make sure your form is a quiz, you want to hit this gear up here at the top, go to the third tab that says quizzes, and make sure that this button is turned on. Since we already made a quiz, this one's already turned on as a quiz, but if for whatever reason the stuff I'm showing you today here doesn't work, just make sure that this button is turned on. So now that you're in Forms and you have the quiz function turned on, let's talk about how we can make self-grading quiz questions. So my quiz is going to be coolest guys in the world, and my first question is going to be, who is the coolest? Is it Mr. Howard? Or is it anyone else? So anybody in the world would know that the correct answer to this question is Mr. Howard. So here's how we tell our quiz to grade itself. Down here at the bottom where it says answer key, we want to click on that link. And then we want to click on the one that is the correct answer. So when I click Mr. Howard, it turns green and I get a little check mark. I know that one's right. You can also add points here, so if you want it to grade itself and give points to your student, you can put whatever number you want in here. Not every question needs to grade itself. It works best with multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, stuff like that, where the student is picking from a list. But you can also make short answer and paragraph questions self-grading. Just be careful how you use this one. Here's how you do it. I'm going to click a new question, I'm going to make it a short answer. And then I'm going to ask, who is the best? Now this time for answer key, I'm going to click there and I'm going to add what the correct answer is. I'm going to type in Mr. Howard. Now this is case sensitive and spelling and punctuation and all that stuff matters. So you can add as many versions of this as you want. Once you've told Google what the correct answer could be, again, you can add points and your question's self-grading. So now that you've made your quiz, there's a couple of things you should probably know. Like what happens after the student takes the quiz. So we're going to go up here and click on the options and we're going to click on the quizzes tab. And here's what a student might see when they're finished. You can let them have their grade as soon as they're done, or you can review it first. You can also let them immediately see their missed questions, their correct answers, or their point values. Or you can turn all that stuff off if you don't want them to see it. You'll share this normally, so send the link to your students, share it through email, but I'll practice what it looks like right here. So here's my quiz. I'm going to go ahead and type in my answers and hit submit. So when your students finish the quiz, they'll have a page that looks like this. And since I released my scores automatically, I can go ahead and hit view score, and I'll get mine graded and returned to me instantly. This is exactly what your students will see. Since not every question grades itself, and sometimes you will want to manually review some of the answers that your students put in, you might want to come back and review these before you release them back to students. But it is nice to know that these quizzes can grade a lot of those questions by themselves. That'll save you a lot of time and trouble when it comes to quizzes. So there you have it, quizzes that grade themselves. Isn't that amazing? All those cavemans are going to be so jealous of you. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.